Good evening and welcome to today's Flash News. I am Oyin Okbala. Today we're going to be talking about Donald Trump on immigration. Trump's team takes shape. Of course, you know he's experienced, and of course he has gotten experienced hands to tackle immigration and policy. Donald Trump's presidential campaign has consistently emphasized on immigration as a key issue. His selection of South Dakota's Governor Kristi Noem as the next Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security underscores his commitment to cracking down on immigration. Noem will lead the agency, which oversees U.S. Custom and Border Protection, Immigration and Custom Enforcement, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and the U.S. Secret Service. So let's see the video of Trump on immigration and what he thinks about it before we go forward.
On the illegal immigrants that will be taken out of the country, as you know, we're going to be taking them out. And if they come back, we have laws that will be immediately enacted where they serve 10 years in prison. They won't come back. And if that's not long enough, we'll have to do something else. But we don't want them back. They're not going to come back. And as you know, we're asking for the death penalty for any migrant who comes into our country and kills an American citizen or a police or law enforcement person. Because we have to protect our police. Our police are under siege also at numbers that nobody thought were possible. The worst they've ever seen. It's very hard to recruit. And really for not just the danger, it's hard to recruit because they don't have the spirit anymore for our country because they're being led with people that are spiritless. They really are spiritless. They can't instill spirit. But so that's any citizen, they get killed. It's a death penalty, and that includes police or law enforcement officers.
Well, Trump's immigration stance has been a contentious topic, with many voters concerned about the influx of migrants during the Biden administration. Meanwhile, Republicans have criticized President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris for their handling of the issue, portraying the situation as chaotic and threatening national security. So what are the most important aspects of Trump's immigration promises? First is mass deportation. So Trump vows to conduct the largest domestic deportation in U.S. history using the National Guard to round up migrants. Tighter border control is also what he's promising. He plans to reinstate policies like remains in Mexico and Title 42, which curbs immigration on public health grounds. Travel ban. Trump seeks to revive and expand his travel ban to getting citizens from Muslim-majority countries. Birthright citizenships. This particular one seems to have so many on their toes. He aims to end birthright citizenships for children born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants' parents. In contrast, Vice President Kamala Harris has focused on border security and comprehensive immigration reform. She seeks pathways to citizenships for undocumented immigrants. Now, the stark differences between Trump and Harris' immigration policies can be said to reflect the polarized nature of the issue in American politics, so to speak. Let's hear her.
I believe the Biden-Harris administration open border policies are responsible for the death of my daughter.
That's the early days. So do you owe them an apology is what I'm saying.
I will tell you that I am so sorry for her loss. I am so sorry for her loss. Sincerely. But let's talk about what is happening right now. I do not believe in decriminalizing border crossings, and I've not done that as vice president. I will not do that as president. The first bill, practically within hours of taking the oath, was a bill to fix our immigration system.
Yes, ma'am. It was called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021.
Exactly.
It was essentially a pathway to citizenship for the...
Yes, ma'am. May I finish responding, please? But you have to let me finish,
You had the White House and the Senate, and they didn't bring up that bill.
I'm in the middle of responding to the point you're raising, and I'd like to finish.
Yes, ma'am.
We recognized from day one that, to the point of this being your first question, it is a priority, because I do believe the American people are ready to turn the page on the divisiveness and the type of rhetoric that has come out of Donald Trump. People are ready to chart a new way.
Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have distinct views on immigration and border security that you have seen. Trump vows to conduct the largest domestic deportation in U.S. history, by the way, using their National Guard to round up migrants. He also plans to reinstate policies like Remain in Mexico and Title 42, which is to curb immigration and public health. All right. While Trump seeks to end a birthright citizenship for people born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrant parents, on the other hand, Kamala Harris focuses on border security and comprehensive immigration reform. She proposes enforcing border security, cracking down on drug smuggling, and creating pathways to citizenships for undocumented immigrants. Harris also supports admitting more high-skilled immigrants and refugees fleeing war or violence. But at the end of the day, Americans voted for who they desired. So the key differences in a mini data and a mini chart I made here, like when we talk about mass deportation, simple. While Trump supports mass deportation, Harris opposes it. Border security, both candidates support improving border security, but Trump's approach is more aggressive. Pathways to citizenships. Harris proposes pathways to citizenships for undocumented immigrants, while Trump does not. Refugee admission. Harris supports admitting more refugees, while Trump's stance is, less clear. That's even by the way. But to increase the tension, Trump taps Kristi Noem as the DHS security and secretary, signaling hardline immigration stance. And this is our focus for this afternoon. In a move that underscores his commitment to cracking down on immigration, President-elect Donald Trump has selected South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem as his next Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Noem, a staunch conservative and loyal Trump ally, is poised to bring a tough-on immigration approach to the agency, sparking both praise and concern from lawmakers and advocates. Governor Noem's appointment sends a clear signal and message. The Trump administration is serious about securing the borders and enforcing the immigration laws, said a senior Trump aide. But by the way, let's also get the thought of Kristi Noem on immigration.
It is no secret that our country is being overwhelmed with en masse illegal immigration. Nearly 10 million foreign nationals have broken federal law, and they've infiltrated our country within the past 3 years, bringing with them drugs, trafficking, crime, and violence. Our immigration system has long been a subject of discussion in this country, but the politics of this administration has elevated this to a national security crisis. Our history is proudly built on the stories of our ancestors who came to this country for opportunity and for a new beginning. But today, many of those who are entering our country under the current policies of the Biden administration are known terrorists. They're criminals. They're human traffickers and they're drug cartel members. Because the federal government's facilitating this violation of our federal law, vulnerable people from over 100 different countries have heard the story of our open border. They've put their families in jeopardy, and they've fallen victim to the atrocities of the Mexican cartels. Countries such as Venezuela are known to be emptying out their prisons and their mental institutions, and they're sending them to America.
Oh, well, that says a lot of what she would do. Well, as DHS Secretary, Noem will oversee a sprawling agency responsible for border security, immigration enforcement, and national security. Her tenure is expected to be marked by stricter immigration policies, increased border security measures, and, reduced refugee admission. So her experiences as a governor and her commitment to conservative values make her an excellent choice for this critical role, said Senator Lindsey Graham. However, Democratic lawmakers and immigration advocates have expressed alarm over her appointment, citing concerns about her lack of federal experience and hardline immigration views. Should we say the video we watched is one? But let's leave that aside. Governor Noem's appointment is a recipe for disaster, said a representative Alexandra Occasion-Courts. Her extreme views on immigration will only exacerbate the humanitarian crisis at our border. So you see, so many people have their views. Noam's appointment comes as Trump prepares to unleash a slew of executive actions aimed at curbing immigration, including mass deportation and tighter border controls. So as the nation watches Noam's leadership, will it shape the future of immigration policy, national security, and the lives of millions of America? Is the $1 million question we are asking today. Still on immigration, by the way, President-elect Donald Trump has also made two significant appointments ahead of his return to the White House in January. John Homan, a seasoned expert in immigration enforcement, will serve as Trump's border teaser. Well, this will be leveraging his experience as the acting director of immigration and customs. Not just that, customs and enforcement during Trump's tenure and Trump's previous term as well. Well, additionally, New York's Congresswoman Elsie Stefanik has been appointed ambassador to the United Nations. This development comes as Trump's Republican Party inches closer to gaining full control of the U.S. Congress, requiring only a handful of seats to secure a majority in the House of Representatives. The Republican Party's potential control of the House would give Trump a strong foundation to implement his policies. Currently, the party holds 220 seats, with 28 needed for a majority. The Democrats hold 212 seats, with some results still pending. So, but let's take a look at why Tom Homan could be appointed as, a rep to the border. Homan brings extensive experience from our research and report here in immigration enforcement, because he has served as acting director of the ICE. So, but let's get his direct view on this border control issue.
I've worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president I've worked for said they're going to secure the border. President Trump actually did it.
You hear a lot of people say, the talk of a mass deportation is racist. It's threatening to the immigrant community. It's not threatening to the immigrant community. It should be threatening to the illegal immigrant community.
We'll leave all of that as the story unfolds. But back to other appointments that we've seen and recorded so far. We have Elsie Stefanik. Ambassador Stefanik's appointment underscores Trump's commitment to reshaping U.S. foreign policies. So these appointments and the potential Republican control of the House have significant implications for Trump's agenda, including his stance on immigration and border security. We all know that this particular aspect, so many people are interested in it. And so we here on Undaunted, we do our due diligence to ensure we bring you up-to-date reports when it has to do with immigration and border control as it interests you. Coming up next, we'll be Undaunted later at top of the hour, 9 p.m.